I spiked that a little bit.
Welcome to the demon level, body slam you through the rubble. Hosted by your demon diva, queen of sass, stylisa. Champions and main events, hot and cold and all your questions right here, so tune right in. 1, 2, 3, we got you pinned.
Hi there, my little demons and divas. Bienvenidos. Welcome back to my channel. ¿Qué es lo que hay, mi gente? Estamos activados, estamos encendidos. I am back. It is I, Isa, aka the Demon Diva. And I am here with my favorite moments from last night's episode of Smackdown, which I have to say I thought it was great. I had a lot of fun watching it. I wasn't bored. It paced nicely. Listen, I'll get into all of that, but before I do that, please, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. If you would like to follow me in any of my other social media, it is at NYC Demon Diva on Twitter and Instagram and TikTok and all of the social media that I am currently active on. It is on the description box below. If you guys didn't catch it last night, I was on Wrestling Inc. You guys know I'm a part of Wrestling Inc.'s podcast family, and I was there with Matt and Glenn discussing last night's episode of Smackdown immediately after. These are my after I got some sleep thoughts, but last night you get me in there fresh out of watching it, so that is also in the description below. And I did make a little pit stop at Fightful, and I gave Sean Ross Sapp my picks for the Elimination Chamber. If you guys haven't seen that, it is also in the description box below. Your girl has been busy, not as busy as my Bad Bunny, who's going to be Saturday Night Live musical guest. Anyways, before I get into today's Smackdowns 5, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Popo. That's right, we're sponsored. They are back. Popo, I talked about Popo before on my channel, but as you guys know, it is basically a contactless business card, and in these times we need it. And how many times have you not been out somewhere and you're speaking to someone and you start talking about, oh yeah, you should follow me on social media, especially when you're trying to grow a brand? And this is the perfect way to do it, because a lot of times you'll be like, oh yeah, Demon Diva, bye, and they don't find you. But with Popo, all you have to do, I'm gonna show you right now, it's super simple. All you have to do is put it on the back of your phone. They have keychains, they have all kinds of modes that you can use it, but the other person, look, you just bump phones. Look, you see that? You see that? All right, so when that pops up, look, now they will have all of my information. So you can see on my Popo, I have my Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, my email, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. You can put whatever you want. You can put your website, you can make it just go to your Instagram. It is very customizable, and if you use the link on the description below or code Demon Diva, you get 20% off. So go take advantage of that, and that's even on the ones that are on sale. So make sure that you guys go and take advantage of that today. That was a long intro. We need to get to it. We need to get to it. Alright, so like I was saying in the beginning, I thought that last night's episode of Smackdown was very, very good. I enjoyed it. I thought they did such good use of Edge interacting with everyone backstage. Obviously, it did make the WWE Championship feel not as important because we didn't see him interact with those guys that are going... Hi. We didn't see him interact with the guys that are going to be part of that Elimination Chamber match. So last night I felt like it felt pretty clear who Edge is going to be choosing, right? But I did see, I liked some of the interactions, especially the Edge and Daniel Bryan interaction backstage. Again, he was present throughout the show. It told a story from the beginning to the end of the show. I thought they did a really good job utilizing Edge, especially when he's not really making a decision. So when he first came out, I was like, why is he here? He's not gonna announce anything, so it doesn't change anything. But they did ended up using him the right way. But let me get to my favorite 5 things, because like I haven't even told you guys what my favorite 5 things were. If I can remember my iPads. See guys, I went fancy now. Like I am a high-tech diva now, so I'm using my iPad instead of my old school notebook now for to write down my favorite moments. So alright, I'm lying, okay? I wrote it down in my notebook and then I took a picture of it so that I look fancier. I'm an old school person. I like writing things down. It's therapeutic, you know? Anyways, number one thing that I loved was the opening segment. I really first of all, I know that there's been some criticism online in regards to Roman Reigns opening every week, and even though he was part of the opening segment, he didn't open the show. We opened the show with Edge, and that's great, you know what I mean? They announced it on social media, so they built a little bit of hype towards it. I love how Edge came out there and started putting the opponents over, like saying there's like 13 possibilities of people he will have to pick from. And I've been making fun of him online. I've been calling him overthinking Edge. He's overthinking everything, because sometimes he really comes off that way. And for a second last night, I felt like he was just gonna stand there and think about this there, and I'm like, don't waste my time. Like, I don't want to see you cut a promo to watch you overthink everything. But he was interrupted by Roman Reigns, of course. But I did like what Edge had to say, and I did like that Edge said that Roman has a little bit of fear that if he doesn't pick him, he's not going to get to be the main event. I also loved how Roman Reigns said that he was what, the 4th time, could have been 5, soon to be 6 main event of WrestleMania. What a fucking flex. How many people can say they main evented that many manias? And if you really think about it, this character, this Roman Reigns right now, he's gonna main event 10 manias if you let him. I hope he stays on top, because we really need a larger than life character and superstar in wrestling today. We haven't built one in years, and Roman Reigns is on the right track to be that guy. And then of course they were both interrupted by Sami Zayn. My first reaction was, why? But then Sami Zayn came out and said, Roman, you're missing the threat that's standing right in front of you. And I was like, Sami Zayn, you are not a threat to Roman Reigns, buddy. But he kept cutting his promo, and Sami Zayn, he's just a national treasure. He is so good right now. His character work is on point. The whole conspiracy thing, him walking around with his own TV crew. I need to hire myself a TV crew, because it would be so much easier if I had somebody else taping my videos and like editing them. Then I'll probably be pumping out content, like 10 videos a day for you guys. So I can understand why Sami Zayn is doing that. Long story short is that he asked his camera crew to get him pointing at the WrestleMania sign, the iconic shot, and he gets super kicked in the face by Jey Uso from out of nowhere. I loved it. And Jey Uso just gets out of, he was standing behind Roman Reigns, he gets out behind Roman Reigns, super kicks Sami Zayn, and just goes right back to position like nothing even happened. While I love Sami Zayn's character work right now, it really does feel like he stands 0 chance this Sunday at the Elimination Chamber. And last but not least, in regard to that opening segment, Roman Reigns putting his hands behind his back and just whispering on Edge's ear was one of the hottest things I've seen in a long time. And I know that every week, in my opinion, Roman Reigns does something sexy, but that shit was sexy. It was sexy, it was hot. Roman just exudes big thick energy, and I'm here for it. Number 2 is Apollo Crews lost his smile, lost his shit, lost his cool. Apollo killed the guy. Listen, good for, first of all, let's just start by saying good for Shinsuke Nakamura, because even though he got lost in the story between Apollo and Big E, he is the #1 contender for the Intercontinental title again, and that means that we still have a little bit of a push going towards Shinsuke. Don't keep paying attention to those wins. Sometimes when these guys start getting wins on TV, that's a build up for something. I do think that Shinsuke deserves better, but I'm glad that he won the match. However, when he won the match, he just triggered Apollo Crews to lose all of his shit. Which, by the way, he cut a promo backstage saying that his family was Nigerian royalty and he shouldn't be disrespected. And he really just brought me back to that conversation that he was having with Roman Reigns weeks ago, that we never really went anywhere with it, but with Roman being so big on family and all that, I can see that, you know, just being a part of why Apollo has this whole new attitude. It was about time they made him a badass. The guy looks like a badass, and even though he has one of those contagious sweet smiles, I am invested into whatever is going on with him right now, and I'm glad that they're doing more with him. It really was about time. And also, I really hope that they got Big E to an ambulance, because I don't know if you guys saw it last night, but it was like 15 minutes after he got attacked and they were still rolling him around backstage. I understand that Tropicana Field is a shithole and you probably can't get lost so easily. Like, he's probably possessed and haunted. So I just really hope that they finally got into an ambulance, because I was very concerned of how long they were still rolling him around backstage. At number 3, Ding Dong, hello. Why is this not a weekly thing? I get it, there's too many talk shows, but Bailey is a national treasure as well. She does no wrong in my eyes right now, and everything that she touches is gold. Especially this show. I absolutely love how she loses it when people don't use the door. And I know that Shayna should be a badass, right? She should. But I do appreciate the sense of humor of her and Nia Jax trying to come in through the door at the same time, because like their egos should be that big, right? I am loving what they're doing with the women's tag team division lately. I'm loving Reginald. I did call that Reginald was going to try to pair up with Sasha, and he's playing out right in front of our eyes. Or maybe it's at work. Maybe Carmella is having her do all her dirty work. I don't know, but I like it. I like everything that Reginald is doing. I'll be very upset if I'm like sitting backstage, like if I'm Carmella and I'm waiting for my wine. Don't be interacting with these women. Bring me my wine and then go do whatever you want to do, you know? But yeah, I really loved everything about it. But ever since NXT and the Dusty Cup, the women's tag team division has felt like it's a bigger deal, and they're putting like time and effort into it. I am not here for a Sasha and Bianca pair up for a tag team, because that's just been done way too many times, and you did build a couple of really good tag teams right now. Even Natalya and Tamina could be those underutilized, angry veterans that want revenge right now. So I'm not here for that. I don't need the, like, I think Bianca's gonna pick Sasha, so ultimately I don't need to see this interaction. I think the two of them could build a feud without having to fake pair up, and I do think that they could have a really good match just based out of having mutual respect for one another. At number 4 is Seth Rollins and his fashion sense. I spiked that a little bit. Seth Rollins and his fashion sense. The outfit was so on point. I loved it. I loved the leather last week, and I even love this even more. It takes some balls to wear the outfits that Seth Rollins have been wearing, and you have to give him props. Seth Rollins has reinvented his character time after time after time, and when he does it, he goes all in, and obviously his outfit choices are showing that. Regardless of the gimmick, you know, I know that not everybody's feeling it. I think I need to give it some more time before I understand. I just have to say he was missed. I missed him, and I'm glad that he's back on my TV, and I pop when he comes out. And the letter was funny. He wrote a letter. I wrote a letter too. And you can actually read his letter on social media. Listen, he's committed. We'll see where it goes. Let it play out, you know? And guess what? WWE is notorious for dropping things when they're not working, so if this is not it, he'll go in a different direction, but we need to see where it goes. And at number 5, Roman Reigns speared Edge. Where did Roman come from? Where was he? That was amazing. They have been doing a couple of things, like subtle things with the Thunderdome and then not having fans there, and I respect that. They did it earlier with Apollo Crews tossing the steps onto Big E, and now I don't know where Roman came from, and that is the benefit of not having fans at the arena. I didn't like that Cole didn't sell it though. Cole was like, oh, a spear from Roman Reigns. Like, you should have been saying, where did Roman come from? Like, I wish the commentary would have sold it a little bit more. Not that he needed it, because the moment was awesome regardless.
Oh my god. Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
But it was just like, you see everybody hit their finishers, and next thing you know, Edge comes in, hits Jey Uso, and next thing you know, Edge is taken out by Roman Reigns. It was such a nice finish. It felt like a big deal go home show. Roman Reigns is just in another level right now, and I'm glad that we are here for this era. I have always been a Roman Reigns fan, but I love seeing this and what he's doing, and it's coming from the years that he's been doing this, and how many times he's reinvented himself, and how many things his character has gone through. And Edge has to pick Roman, right? Like, that's what we're building here. There's no way that he goes to Raw and say he's gonna pick Drew McIntyre. I don't know, but overall, I felt that last night's episode of SmackDown was great. What did you guys think of last night's episode of SmackDown? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know your favorite moments, and don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Until next time, guys. Adios. Mwah.
Yeah, Demon Diva, quite the screamer. Cursing, tease ya, hurting, please ya. Spot her out in any of y'all arena. Break the meter, get way too excited, watch her boot up. If the lady good, she get lady wood until you know who we can suit up. I get a girl a salute, wrestling down at the rope. Y'all gotta run with the group, wrestling